Dear friends, in this expert, I'd like to showcase how to do one machine on the Vulnhub, which is TopHatSec FartKnocker. The name itself implies that this has to do with padlocking, possibly, right? The link will be added into the description section below. So if you want to practice your skills in the pen testing, I think you can download it without any issue. This lab setup is very easy. You will not encounter any problem, not like other machines. Before we move forward, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. I do appreciate your help and support. So enough said, let's just get started. We can switch into the Linux VM. We need to identify the IP address of the target first. We can use the utility netdiscover. And I autocomplete this command because I have already demonstrated this technique for many times. I use the option of I to specify the interface, and also use the option for R to specify the network range to scan or to discover. As you can see, the IP address of the machine is discovered by netdiscover as 192, 168, 56, 254. Next, we need to do the port scanning with a map because a map is so powerful. I think this is the industry standard utility in terms of the port scanning. To save the time of this video, I've already done this scanning earlier. So now we can scatter out the result of this scanning. As you can see over here, I used the option of SynScan or Stealthy Scan, the Verse Scan, the default Script Scan, and -P- to do the comprehensive scan. I use option of uppercase P and normal N not to do the live testing. We assume that the target is online, and use option of ON to output the result into this file. This is the natural format. Of course, the nmap can support other types of format, like grippable format. Also, for example, like XML format. I will not go into it there. Normally, I use this option, okay? So from the nmap scanning, we can tell that the target has only one open port, number 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information, Apache 2. It's so obvious that we need to do the immersion with HTTP service, both manually and automatically. Let's launch our browser to do the manual immersion first. We can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. Hey, check it out. And here, there is one link, and we can download this pcap file. We can move this file from the downloads directory to the current working directory. Before we try to use the Wireshark to analyze this pcap file, I like to do the furthermore immersion with HTTP surface. For example, we need to know whether this site has robots file or not found. And then we can use Nicto. Just why you may be wondering why do this emulation this way, because I think before we try to do anything else, we need to do the complete emulation first. In other words, following standard methodology is important. Otherwise, you will miss something, some points. Sometimes, as you can see, nothing we can get from the Nicto. Also, we can do the GoBuster directory emulation with GoBuster. Auto-complete this command. I don't think we can discover any other directories or files. I just, I want to make sure we don't miss some points or some information. In the meantime, we can analyze the pickup file now with Wireshark. Maybe I can zoom in the terminal so you can see what's going on exactly. Wireshark pickup. Some I think not so many packets. 65 packets as a whole, and we can go back or go to the top ARP protocol, ICMP. Of course, such packets doesn't give us useful information. Here, TCP. And as you can see here, I think this, because as you know, 101 is the source, right? And is trying to lock the port number 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. So I think because at the very beginning, we have already made a guess that this machine has a lot to do with the port locking. Port locking is an authentication technique used by administrators. It consists of a specified sequence of closed port collection attempts to a specific IP address called knock sequence. It means that some port numbers are closed before we do port locking. And from this pickup file, we can tell that maybe the sequence is like this one. The 7,000, 8,000. So maybe we can note down such information, right? 7,000, 8,000. Maybe, 9,000. And I need to do the port login against 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. And the last one is 88. So we copy this port sequence. And now we go back. I can, of course, how to do the port locking. You can use, a map. A map can launch or trigger the request, or can do the, can scan the port number. However, another much more convenient utility is knock D. If your machine has not knock installed. You can, to install this utility is very easy. You just run sudo apt update, and then you, of course, I've already done that earlier. You can run command knock d. Okay, very easy. So now we just do, what we need to do now is to do the port locking. We can use knock and followed by the IP address of the target. And at the end, we need to specify the port sequence. The order is very important. Otherwise, we cannot make some closed port open. Okay? Enter. Now we do the map and do the comprehensive port scanning. We need to use sudo However, nothing new appeared. So maybe we need to do the port scanning. Port knocking again. If you do this machine, I think this point is also very useful. As you can see, we got another open port number. So now we can open up with this port number. However, unable to connect. Maybe we need to do the port knocking again and then go back. We got the directory we can copy, and this is not directly for this port number. As you can see, unable to connect. However, if we put this directory for the default port number, as you can see, we got another pcap file we can download. And then we can use, we can use Wireshark. We need to move this file, downloaded file from downloads directory to the working directory. Then we can use Wireshark. Okay, it's open up. And let's take a look at these packets. Maybe we can follow. We can use the follow feature of the map. We got some interesting message. Can you understand what my message? So of course this is not English. We can copy, and then we can go to the Google to translate 1337. So maybe this is another port sequence to make port locking. 1337. Okay, I can close down the Wireshark, and we can use knock 1337. And then we need to do the map scanning. This should be done as quick as possible. Otherwise, we need to do the port logging again. This time the map discovered another open port number, so we can access this port number. Maybe this is another directory. Interesting machine, right? Yeah, we got, I'm all about base. So maybe this message is encoded in base, like base 64. We can copy and we can go to the subchef website. Subchef is so powerful for the encoding and decoding. And we can select option of base 64. Open up SSH. We can copy. I think this is the third port sequence to make port locking. We can copy. And maybe we can note it down onto our notebook. So then we can sudo, or not sudo, knock. Paste in here. And do the map scanning again. As you can see, this time, the SSH surface is accessible on the port number 22. Now we can log in or connect to this target via SSH. Sorry, we need to remove the history keys information and make collection again. As you can see, even the banner has reviewed the username and password. So then we can log in to the target by this credential. We can copy the password. Okay, it's closed. Although, yeah, it's saying you are only logging for split second. What do you do? Haha, interesting machine. So maybe there is some, restrict shell running at the server at the target, and we need to bypass or we need to escape the restrict shell. And as you know, the easiest way to escape is to use the T option to specify the another type of shell rather than default bash shell. Okay, let's do it. We can paste the password again. As you can see, we have already logged in to the target. So next, what do we have to do next? We need to elevate our privilege or make lateral movement. And we can go to the home directory. Yeah, there are two users. Can we get into the home directory of another user? Kill netcat. So this one, nothing important. We can display the kernel information. Yeah, this is a bit old system and also the kernel. So maybe next we need to upload the Nymphia shell script to do the automatic immersion. And we can navigate to temp directory because we can upload any file and can do almost every operation under this temp directory. And I've already got the Nymphia shell script ready. In order for us to upload this file onto the target, there will be several ways. The most convenient and the easiest way is to set up a web server locally, in my opinion. So we can run Python with option of M to run HTTP server module. We can use wget to upload, sorry, Nymphia As you know, now we are jumping into spring. And yeah, it's uploaded. And in order to run this shell script, we can make it executable name pairs. So the kernel information is highlighted in yellow and red, which means that this shell script thinks this should be possible vector. Okay, now we can scroll back to see whether we can find anything else in terms of vector. However, nothing cron job information. Okay, there's so many exploits, local exploits available. However, just I mentioned in the other video, if the target has local exploits available, before we try to exploit such, such vulnerability, I'd like to attempt to use the Metasploit first. Okay, so how to do? We can use MS Vulnhub to create the payload. I use option of P, which means payload, to specify appropriate payload, which is suitable for the target machine. For example, like architecture, and also the payload type. In this case, is Metpreter. And also you need to specify the local host to be listened on. And we need to use different port number, or maybe it's okay. And the format is ELF for the Linux machine. Let's press enter. And then we can launch the Metasploit console. In the meantime, because it's loading, and we can upload this payload. wget prev, and we can make it executable, and then we can run this payload. However, before I hit enter key, we need to configure the Metasploit. We can set up the handler, and we need to set the payload. This payload must be the same as this one. So we just copy the name of the payload, and then we can show options. We need to set localhost to our Kali Linux, and set local port number to 66. Again, this port number should be matching this one when we create the payload with MSF Vulnhub. Okay, and then we just run it, and now we can hit enter to execute this payload. I think we got the Metpreter session without any problem. We can background this Metpreter session by pressing the key Control and Z. And then we can search suggester module, and we can use this module. And we can show options. Only one field is required to configure session number. Set the session to 1, because so far there is just only one session, active session, and we can run. And this module, of course, this is the post exploitation module, is collecting all local exploits for the target. And then afterwards, this module will do the check against discovered exploit to see any of them is feasible for the target or is workable in other term. Running check method, as I mentioned, right? When it's finished, and then we can run the module. Yeah, the first one appears to be vulnerable. So not so many, right? Although NinPia shell script has already given us so many available local exploits. This case, the Metasploiter only gives us two results or two modules. This one I don't want to use because this one is very new exploit. And this one, we can try to use this one. And then we can show options. Set localhost to Kali Linux. Set a local port number to another different port number. Set a session number to 1 and run it. You may be wondering why I'd like to use Metasploit, because it's more preferable than, exploiting manually. Exploit is completed, however, no session was created. So this way doesn't work at all. And then we can exit. And if you want, you can, of course, I'd like to pause here. You can check, you can download all exploits one by one. However, based on my practice earlier, the first one, Dirty Cow, cannot work properly, and also Dirty Cow 2 doesn't work properly as well. If you want, you can try one by one. However, I'd like to, use another way, because we have to know that the target kernel is a bit outdated. So we can use such a sprite utility, kernel, to display available exploits. Yes, so many we can grip Linux, because the target is not Apple, right? After all. And I'd like to also, in the real engagement, you need to try one by one. However, I'd like to show you this one, because that press is so time consuming. We can use such a sprite with option of M to copy this sprite from the source to the current working directory. Next, we need to upload this exploit, this C code. And I can copy the name of this file. And then, we need to compile it with GCC. Of course, we need to check whether GCC compiler is available. Yeah, it is. So we need to get out this file to know how to make compiling with this exploit code. Yeah, here. Yeah, this one, very easy. We just use GCC with option of O and the name exploit and the file name. No error. And we can make it executable. And then we can run this exploit. As you can see from the banner, we are successfully switching our shell to or escalating our shell to the root user. And then we can navigate to root directory to retrieve the root flag without any problem. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.